highlight of the show business here, a show that's staged especially for royalty. The venue this year is one of the grandest and oldest in Theatreland, the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane, where in a few minutes from now, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, will be arriving. And she's bringing with her the newest member of the royal family, the Duchess of York, and her niece, Princess Alexandra. Only in the year of its birth, 1912, was this truly a royal command performance. Then the King George V sent telegrams to the likes of Harry Lauder, Vesta Tilley and Anna Pavlova, commanding them to appear before him and his queen. Well, since then, only wars and a Suez crisis have stopped the show from going on. Since then, Jack Hilton, Val Parnell and Lord Delfont have done the commanding, but the royal family have continued to be patrons of this glittering night. 2,000 people are packed into this auditorium tonight. It's a sellout. Many have paid £150 for their tickets. The money will go, as it always does, to the Entertainment Artists Benevolent Fund, a charity which looks after theatrical folk in their retirement. Every royal variety performance is a first night with its own special blend of excitement, elation, anticipation, and sheer terror. But this is not just a theatrical event. Tonight belongs to television too, because the theme of this whole performance is 50 years of television. Many of the people you'll see on stage owe their success to television. And as the Queen Mother arrives here this evening, she'll be greeted by a host of familiar faces from the box. And now here she comes. This is Her Majesty's first public appearance since she spent a few days in hospital earlier this month. She's greeted there by Lord Delfont, the life president of the Entertainment Artists Benevolent Fund. And she's brought with her Her Royal Highness the Duchess of York, the newest member of the royal family, here at her first royal variety performance. Her Majesty's introduced to Louis Benjamin, president of Stolmos Theatres, and who for almost a decade has presented this event. And there's Princess Alexandra and her husband, the Honourable Angus Ogilvy. Now the royal party, the Queen Mother's own chosen guests, is complete. Into the theatre they come for a very relaxed and informal evening, a night to enjoy themselves. That's Billy Marsh, a life governor of the fund, who's been associated with this night for nearly 30 years now, and Reg Swinson, the General Secretary. It is in fact the Queen Mother's 21st tonight, the 21st time she's attended a royal variety performance. She and the Queen, as patrons, take it in turns to come, year and year about. Now it's television's turn to say welcome. Alistair Milne, the Director General of the BBC. Michael Grade, BBC Television's Director of Programmes. He's Lord Delfont's nephew, and he's booked the artists and helped run this show in his time. And that's Jimmy Moyer, who as head of variety for television is in charge of the show tonight. He'll not be resting comfortably for the next few hours. Bouquet time from some ladies of television. Mr. Ranson with a posy for the Queen Mother, Jan Francis for the Duchess of York.
I have the honour to present your programme to you. That'll be, well, £1.50, please. Oh, no, you're not allowed to carry money, are you? Like Granville. Never mind, I'll have it delivered. Yes, it's nice. You'll get it later in the box. Have you got a letterbox in the box? I'll post it for you. I will.
Ronnie Parker, open all hours when there's money to be made. Now there waits a guard of honour, the faces of television through the ages. That's Mary Malcolm and Sylvia Peters, two of the first women announcers. Kenneth Kendall and Bob Dougal, two of the first television newsreaders. Val Singleton, Jan Leeming, today's women of television. On to the top of the stairs where waits John Humphreys, Moira Stewart, Michael Fish. And now the royal party arrives at the royal box, where the audience awaits them. heartfelt welcome for a much-loved lady. This is to be a night of variety, the stuff of music halls and theatres, the popular entertainment which dominated the first half of this century, and which celebrates tonight the mass entertainment which has dominated the second half, television.
Your Majesty, it's my happy duty to welcome you to the Royal Variety Performance in aid of a charity you know well, the Variety Artists Benevolent Fund. In fact, we are told this is your 21st appearance at such events. A very happy coming of age. Before I do this, let me, on behalf of everyone here tonight, greet you back into active life from your recent indisposition. We are all most delighted that this is your first public engagement after your convalescence, and we sincerely hope that tonight will contribute to your well-being. I've had the honor to know you for some considerable time and to have been infected by your inherent merriment and charm. It used to be your habit, and I trust I give away no secrets of state, to make your guests offers they could not refuse in the shape of delicious toffee. And then, when both rows of teeth were inextricably locked, you would ask them their opinion of the latest play by T.S. Eliot. Later, my admiration for your serenity and equanimity grew when I was elected rector of a then new university in your native Scotland, an university of which you, ma'am, are chancellor. It was at the time of great social unrest among the students, 1969, and as our solemn procession wound its way onto the stage to sonorous notes from the organ, you wearing a floppy academic hat, I a mortarboard gaily decked with tartan cloth. We were pelted with objects by the students, not all of these soft. With incredible presence of mind, you picked a few of these up as though they had been accidentally mislaid by their throwers and offered to give them back. Order was restored at once, as was good humor. And the only time I saw you on the defensive, in fact, you blushed most prettily, was when the aged commissioner threw open the door of an empty room with the words addressed to me. I'm afraid, Rector, that until other arrangements have been made, you'll have to share this room with the Queen Mother. Privileged as I was to share an empty room with you, I am even more privileged to share this world with you, as are we all. Despite your modesty, you must know how you are loved. And what is perhaps even rarer, the extraordinary affection in which you are held. Your presence is therefore most apposite on an occasion which is serious and responsible in intent and joyous in spirit.
Eloquence and nostalgia from Peter Ustinov. And now we go back to the beginning, to the year 1936, the year television began.
He's looking at you from out of the blue. Don't make a fuss, but settle down and look at us. This wonderful age goes to show that all the world is estranged. First you heard, now you see, and you wonder what the next thing on the list will be. What hullabaloo, we're just peeping through to say how do. Here's looking at you.
1, 2, button your shoe, put on your coat and hat. I play a game like that while I'm waiting for you. 3, 4, open the door, hurry for heaven's sake. I count the steps you take while I'm waiting for you.
5, 6, a heart does tricks as a picture on your charms.
7, 8, you're happy,
And you walk into my arms. 9, 10, kiss me again. Tell me you get a thrill. Just 'cause I hope you will while I'm waiting for you. Five, 6, my heart does tricks as a picture on your charms. 7, 8, starting up the day and you walk into my arms. 9, 10, kiss me again. Tell me you get a thrill. Just as I hope you will while I'm waiting, waiting for you.
Turned out nice again, hasn't it? Now I go cleaning windows to earn an honest bob. For a nosy Parker, it's an interesting job. Now it's a job that just suits me. The window cleaner you would be if you can see what I can see. When I'm cleaning windows in my profession, I work hard, but I'll never stop. I'll climb that blinking ladder till I get right to the top. The blushing bride looks divine. The bridegroom is doing fine. I'd rather have his job than mine when I'm cleaning windows. Mr. Wu now, oh Mr. Wu, what shall I do? I've got the kind of Chinese limehouse laundry blues. That funny feeling keeps round me stealing. Oh, won't you throw your sweetheart overdue? Now, Mr. Wu, he's got a laundry kind of tricky. He starts me shirt and collars, but he never touched me waistcoat, Mr. Wu. I'm telling you, I've got the kind of Chinese limehouse laundry blues. You can all sing this one. I'm leaning on the lamppost at the... Come on, let's see you sing. Come on, all together. Oh, me. Oh, my. Oh, blimey. I own the little lady. Champion. Now I don't know when she'll get away. She doesn't always get away. Anyway, I know that she'll try. Oh, me. Oh, my. Getting better. Hey, I hope the little lady goes 100 boom boom. There's no other girl I could wait for, but this one I'd break any day for. I won't have to ask what she's late for. Your turn. She wouldn't leave me flat. She's not a... Now she's absolutely wonderful. She's marvelous and beautiful, and everyone everyone can understand why. I'll be leaning on the lamppost at the corner of the street, in case a certain little lady goes. It's turned out nice again. I hope the little lady passes by. Have a rest now.
Alan Randall portraying the ukulele man George Formby. Now it's Hi-de-Hi to Gert and Daisy, as Sue Pollard and Ruth Maddock recall them in Jubilee Year.
And now we're going to sing you a song called The Coronation Girl. We're going to take it back to 1910. None of you will be old enough to remember, but here we go. Woo! Now who we are and what we are, we guess you'd like to know. We were reigning beauty 5 and 20 years ago. In Coronation Year, we captured high society. And now we come to celebrate our silver jubilee. Oh, star, didn't we make a star? Didn't we give the boys a treat in Coronation Year? Different then was our evening dress. Our backs were covered up, more or less. But the other way round was a big success in Coronation Year. Woo! We rode our cycles in the park and cantered in the Row. At Covent Garden Opera, we talked all through the show. We waited till the curtain rose and floated in with pride. 'Cause Toy Beecham wasn't there to make us wait outside. Oh, sir, didn't we make a star? Didn't we give the boys a treat in Coronation Year? For outdoor games we had no thoughts, and we never played on tennis courts. But we knew some damn good indoor sport in Coronation Year. Oh, star, didn't we make a star? Didn't we give the boys a treat in Coronation Year? With horseback riding, I didn't agree. It gave me a headache, don't you see? Yes, well, it had the reverse effect with me in Coronation Year. Rascals we were, you have no idea. Now all you girls are lucky 'cause your dress is up to date. You get a lot of freedom where the air can circulate. We had to pull our stays in till our waists were 22. It made it hard for lots of things a girl would like to do. Oh, star, didn't we make a star? Didn't we give the boys a treat in Coronation Year? Our figures were rather underdone, so we patted them here and there for fun. But our built-up areas took the fun in Coronation Year. Our trousseaux weren't a bit like yours, and we never wore shorts out of doors. But you walked with Lena Bottom Dog in Coronation Year.
Now curtain up on another famous double act, the Weston Brothers, Kenneth and George.
Hello, house. You are now lucky enough to hear one of our masterly compositions, all about the very best people at Broadcasting House. This one's called We're Frightfully BBC.
We're really too utterly utter.
We cads from the wireless station.
We lounge in the Langham and mutter.
Nation shall speak unto nation. Our accents are Oxford, our diction is classical.
We all try to talk like John Snegg or Dan Maskell.
But thank God no one's yet heard of Ian McGaskell. We're frightfully BBC. He's Eton and Trinity, and I'm drunken and maudlin.
Ali Pally's a draughty old warren.
Lord Reith, in his kilt, stands observing.
That Muswell Hill Ind at his sporran.
No Blue Peter badge more deserving.
Don't suppose he has any trouble with his monocles.
One day they'll look back to this golden age when the Met Office warning meant Gale Force 10.
And not Edwina Curry on air yet again.
We're frightfully BBC.
Ah, sic transit Gloria Hunniford.
We play this little game in the canteen. It's really very simple. One simply pairs up the names of the BBC programs. Royal Family becomes the Palaces and so forth.
Prime Minister's Question Time becomes Nanny.
So funny. Go with notes, not in front of the children. Jeffrey Archer, just good friend.
Joan Collins.
Every man.
Steady on, old boy. I mean, we're friendly with all the producers.
We dote on the harpies and queens
We stand them to drinks in the boozers.
till they're tighter than Michael Wood's jeans. We relish their glory. We share in their grief.
Though there's one thing they're saying that beggars belief.
Billy Cotton,
That band leader,
going to be chief.
how frightfully ITV.
V. Happy landing.
Kit and the Widow, evoking the Beeb of the 30s. Now the unmistakable signature tune of The Lass from Lancashire, as Marty Webb recalls the magic of our Gracie.
Where are you now? You ought to know that I've no time for you. Frown, get off my brow. It's plain to see that from now on we're through. Turn to yourself and sing morning and night. I see a better world coming in sight. Sing as we go and let the world
Majesty, Your Royal Highnesses, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, wasn't that a lovely glimpse? 1936. The days before television came along to kill the art of conversation. Do you remember before you had a television set? Do you remember that? I mean, we all used to sit around and look at one another and converse and say things like, my God, I wish we had a television set. And then you look back at these years, it's hard to believe that along in 1955 came ITV. Do you know, I saw Lord Grey a week ago and I said, Lou, do you know, it's 31 years since I did a show for you on television. And Lou said, don't drive me mad, the check's in the post. Here we are now celebrating 50 years of BBC TV. I may say I'm very thrilled because my agent said to me, one more royal show and you'll get a decoration, which I'm very thrilled about. What the hell am I going to do with this? I think really being on here is rather special for me because I am the only performer on the stage tonight appearing by royal command. I was standing in the wings and Terry Wogan said, get on. Terry, it was pointed out to me, appeared the other Friday for 6 hours on our television sets in one day, which I think is pretty nice of him to cut down like that. I'm very glad to get out here. I may say to you, it's a relief. There's more people back there than there are out here. It is hell back there. Security everywhere. Cagney and Lacey, it's the first time they performed with people who are better armed than they are. You can't get near a mirror. There were 8 of us in the alley just now sharing a puddle. It's packed. Paul Daniels just pulled Ronnie Corbett out of his top hat, which is pretty embarrassing because the little chap was changing in there. There's Ken Dodd in one corner, timing his act. With a calendar, and I stumbled and fell against Miss Muscuri. Oh my God, I did feel an honor. And there's panic, too. There's poor Marty Kane standing there with nothing on but a fuzzy white wig and fuzzy white slippers. She looks like a Q-tip. And so she'll be a little nervous when she comes out here. Would you be very kind in that box? Make her feel at home. Criticize her act. There is panic everywhere you look back there, really. And all the groupies at the stage door. Paul McCartney's old backing group showed up and they were screaming. I couldn't look. I mean, it's bad enough to see schoolboys pulling the wings off flies. I don't want to see schoolgirls pulling the flies off wings. And the American contingent is magnificently represented. Of course, we have the lovely Sid Charisse, who adores being in this country. Sid loves it here, except people keep coming up to her and say, don't forget your British gas shares. Gets her down just a little bit. Of course, it is exciting that everything in televisual terms is represented here tonight, except for game shows and politics. But then they don't go together, really, game shows and politics. You can't imagine, for example, Cecil Parkinson introducing Who's Baby. It wouldn't seem right. You know what I mean? Jeffrey Archer on The Price is Right. Sir Robert Armstrong and I've Got a Secret. I was delighted to hear tonight that Mrs. Thatcher is standing by MI5. Apparently she wouldn't buy her furniture anywhere else. She could explain why her cabinets keep falling apart. But... An amazing lady. I think Mrs. Thatcher would like it if politics were more like BBC television. Dallas, for example. Leon Britton could mystically reappear in the shower and she could pretend the last 12 months had all been a dream. In fact, it's still uncommon in this world for a lady to reach the top in politics, but not in television. The BBC screens have always given a fair share to the fair sex. And these fabulous ambassadors come to us tonight from the world of news and song and dance and comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, meet some ladies of the BBC.
Stupid to be mad about the boy. must admit the sleepless nights I've had about that boy. On the silver screen, he melts my foolish heart in every single scene. Although I must admit that here and there are traces of the cat about that boy. Lord knows I'm not a schoolgirl. I really shouldn't care. Lord knows I'm not a fool girl in the settle of her first affair. Will it ever cloy this odd diversity of misery and joy? I'm feeling quite insane and young again because I'm mad about the boy. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. And little man, little Lola wants you. There's no exception to the rule. She's irresistible, you fool. Give in. Give in. Lord knows I'm not a fool girl. I really shouldn't care. Lord knows I'm feeling young again and quite insane because I'm mad about the boy. Yes, I'm mad about the boy. I'm mad, just mad about that boy. Switcheroony. would never bend. When things go wrong, a man ain't got a friend without a song. That field of corn would never see a plow. That field of corn would be deserted now. A man is born, but he's no good, no how, without a song. What makes the rain to fall? I'll never know what makes the grass so tall. I only know there ain't no love at all without a song.
Love, this is my song.
Here is a song, a serenade to you. The world cannot be wrong if in this world there is you. Ce sont des mots de tous les jours. Pourtant, ce sont des mots d'amour. L'amour, c'est ma chanson. Here is a song, a serenade to you. The day will come, I hope it's not too late. We'll rise as rising one and learn to deal with hate. When love has won, how will we celebrate without a song?
Petula Clark completing a trio of ladies from television. And now the impressionist Rory Bremner comes down your way.
Isn't that rather lovely? Oh, jolly nice, very nice play on there, and it's all very nice to come down your way. In fact, the BBC team here at Shepherd's Bush, which is rather lovely, in fact, as we're celebrating, paying tribute, in fact, is more the operative phrase, paying tribute to the world's best-loved spin-off from EastEnders, the BBC. And tonight, of course, we're all gathered here to celebrate 50 years of television and indeed to celebrate a number of major public events. And of course, joining me here is a man in baggy khaki shorts. Tell me, sir, how did it all start? But more importantly, is there any cake left?
Well, it was here. Here, deep under Shepherd's Bush, where we can trace the history of television, from the very beginnings of recorded tape to the time when wildlife, as we know it, began. But, of course, it wouldn't be complete without the BBC's great history, especially now as it comes under threat in pursuit of the predatory Tebbit, and even now as it comes under threat from the constant threat of frost.
Welcome and good evening, hello, and who's put my script in the wrong order? Tonight we'll be celebrating the history of television from 1936, when the nation's catchphrase was, "It's that man again," to 1986, when it's, "Hello, good evening, and Wogan."
No, don't run away. No, hey, come back. Prithee,
Tarry a while, mate. My tinsel-tasseled tribe. It's me again. The old test card on legs. But what is it? What is it that I've got? What is it that I've got that makes it all look like a piece of cake? Hundreds and thousands, that's what I've got. But no, I hear you cry. Where's that great voice? The great voice that's going to lead us into the 1990s. A voice that epitomizes this great land, this sceptred isle, the land of hope and glory. It's here.
Do they mean me? Dear oh Lord, morning, Jameson here. Oh, blimey, leave it out, stone those black things up there. When did it all start? What a palaver, eh? I remember Alexandra Palace and a sister called Crystal. Both of them on page 3. Never got that in the Radio Times. But look at me now. Ever since I left journalism, people say, Del boy, they say, you never stop talking shop. I say rubbish, full stop, carriage return, new paragraph, capital letter. Here. But now I've got my own radio show. They can even hear it in America.
Well, my fellow listeners, and those of you who don't work for the CIA, well, you know, when television started, I was just a babe in arms. And I still work for the same industry. But you know, even in those days, I knew where I was going. In the legs, mostly. But, ladies and gentlemen, well, where would I be without Nancy? Lady Grecian and I go back a long way. We knew we were right for each other thanks to the dating agency. The Carbon Dating Agency.
Well, I'm going to have to stop you there, sir, I'm afraid, as we're running rather short of time. In fact, we're almost out of time, as I'm here to tell you that even newsreaders have to start at the BBC at the bottom, as a commoner. But I'd like to thank the miracle of television that made night into day and day into Sir Robin. Just my little joke there. So there we have it. 50 years of news, current affairs, and other government scandals. That's the world at 18 pence a day, and a very good evening, especially to you. Thank you.
Good evening. The headlines at 16 minutes to 9. You're about to witness havoc in heaven, because you're about to witness havoc created by an opera load of monkeys. Because you're about to witness one of the oldest dramatic forms in the world, and that is, ladies and gentlemen, the Peking opera. Now, if you think that opera has no place on the variety stage, you'd be wrong. Because the Peking opera is a whole variety performance in itself. The people in it have not only to be able to sing, they have to be able to dance, do acrobats, martial arts, and there's a spot of kung fu thrown in. Now, I was in China earlier this year. I can't quite remember why. But I discovered that the Peking opera had flown. They'd flown here to Britain, where they've been having an enormously successful nationwide tour. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome the Peking opera. boundless energies of the Peking Opera up to their monkey tricks and making their first appearance on British television. Now a woman who's often seen on TV, who also has a very special talent, Victoria Wood.
Hello. It's all right, you don't have to shout hello back. It's not Dick Whittington. Yeah, it's a good job. I wouldn't fancy bringing the Peking Opera on in a spotted hanky. They were good, weren't they? I was worried when I heard they were on before me. I thought they might nick some of my material. Oh, please, no time. No. I haven't got very long, unless some scenery gets stuck, in which case I've got ages. I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. I've done lots of things in show business. I started in school plays, really. It was a girls' school, and I used to get all the men's parts, because I was the only one who didn't mind wearing a moustache and out of the hair from the hockey captain's kneecaps. She was a hairy girl. We thought they were shin pads. But my first proper job in television was on Upstairs, Downstairs. I had this sort of behind-the-scenes role. I had to hide under the kitchen table. And when anybody forgot the words or there was a nasty silence, I used to bite Mrs. Bridges on the ankle. And she'd go, "Oh, Ruby!" And Ruby would burst into tears. And then I got my big break, which some of you might know was working with the award-winning actress Julie Walters, and everything changed. She went on to an Oscar nomination for Educating Rita. I went on Bullseye and won a tankard. But it's lovely to be here. Well, it's lovely to have got here, because I'd never been here before. And they said to me, "No, you can't miss it. It's a big old building." Well, I turned the wrong way off the Strand. I did 20 minutes in the Seaman's Mission. But it's so lovely to be here. It's a beautiful theatre. It's terrible backstage. We're so overcrowded. I'm sharing a dressing room with Peter Ustinov. He's taken all the hangers. And there's been a lot of bad feeling about these costumes. I said, I'm quite happy. I don't mind wearing one of Wayne Sleep's old housecoats. And there's no refreshments backstage. I tell you, Angela Rippon has been very popular this afternoon because she thought to bring a kettle and a low-fat Horlicks. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, I'm just having a bit of trouble with my Playtex discontinued. Sorry. Terrible things, bras. I read this thing once in a magazine and it was a test to see whether you needed to wear one or not. And the test was, if you could hold a pencil underneath. It was very depressing for me. I think I could hold a small branch of W.H. Smith under one. Why are bras meant to lift and separate, anyway? I mean, if God had meant them to be lifted and separated, he'd give us one on each shoulder. I've been all round Covent Garden this afternoon. It's marvellous. The whole place is teeming with mimes and jugglers and all kinds of street performers. In fact, I went over to Time Shoelace and got my own series on Channel 4. There were two buskers outside the theatre, actually. Janet Baker and Luciano Pavarotti. I only gave them 20 pence. You know, I felt they were a little over-emphatic in the legato section. And I've been shopping. I've been around all the antique stores looking at those lovely old things we just don't see anymore, like stripped pine fire guards and school textbooks. And I saw a beautiful sweater, and it was £160. I said to the woman, "Why is it so expensive?" She said, "Well, it's hand-knitted and hand-dyed, or for half price you can have a kit." I said, "What's the kit?" She said, "It's a sheep, 2 needles, and a felt-tip pen." And I went to the body shop. I said, "Have you got this in a size 8?
And all the world was young, and all its songs unsung, and I remember you then, when love was all you were living for, and how you gave that love to me. Only then I felt my heart was free. I was tired of you, and you had all of me. Warm were the days and the nights of those years. day a page to live, and I remember you then when love was all you were living for, and how you gave that love to me. Only then I knew my heart was free. I was part of you, and you were all of me. Only love can make a memory. Only love can make that moment last. Life was new, there was a right to live, each day a page to live, and I remember you then when love was all you were living for, and how you gave that love to me. Only then I knew my heart was free. I was part of you, and you were all of me.
Your Majesty, Your Royal Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Bluebell.
Caroline Pickles introducing the real-life Miss Bluebell, Margaret Kelly there, whose career she portrayed so successfully on television recently. The first of our special surprises tonight.
so it is a particular joy for me to introduce a personal hero from Denmark, a man who invented inflationary language, but there is no language too inflationary to use for him when he takes each word and inflates it by 1 digit, so that tenderly becomes 11 or perhaps forthright becomes fifthright. It becomes obvious to me that I must say it is 3-3-2-deful to be able to introduce to this royal variety performance the comedian who refreshes those parts that other comedians cannot reach, Victor Borge.
In the good old summertime, strolling through the shady lane with your babe in mind. You hold her hand and she holds yours, and that's a very good sign that she's your Tootsie Wootsie in the good old summertime. By the light of the silvery moon, I want to spoon to my honey a cool love's tune. Honeymoon, keep a shining in June. Your silvery beams will bring love's dreams. We'll be cuddling soon by the silvery moon. Your silvery beams will bring love's dreams. We'll be cuddling soon by the silvery moon.
Since many of you have been in more than 20 minutes, you will have missed the national news on ITN. The Argentinians have declared war on Ireland. They've taken the key off the top of the corned beef tins. That's a cracker, isn't it? And the English duck hunting team beat the Irish duck hunting team 634 ducks to 0. Paddy O'Hara said he knows what's wrong with the Irish team. They're not throwing the dogs up high enough. Well, they said to me, my wife's an angel. I says, you're lucky mine's still alive. I had her down in Madame Tussauds and I brought her into the Chamber of Horrors. The attending up, he said, tell your missus to keep moving, we're stock taking. I took her to the doctor. Even I laugh, and I hear them every night. I took her to the doctor. I said, this woman frightens me. She thinks she's a fridge. He said, it'll do you no harm. I said, well, she sleeps with her mouth open and the light keeps me awake. The way I tell him it, eh? I'm too good for this dump, you know. I have a bad night. The officer said, Murphy, it's her. Go down to the pigeon loft. There's a very important message in from brigade headquarters concerning our strategic withdrawal. Bring back the message from the pigeon. Right, sir. We're bringing back, sir. I brought back the message, sir. Grab the pigeon, sir. I said, all right, Murphy. What's the message? He says, What are you cracking that one? Wait here. Fellow said to me in the bar, have a look at this, Mr. Carson. Look. That's a Japanese hearing aid. It's the size of a grain of rice. There's a microchip system and 4 transistor batteries in there, plastic. See the Japanese? Their technology is so far in advance of ours, we'll never catch them up. That is the most sophisticated, advanced hearing aid. I said, was it expensive? He says, 20 past 7. Well, don't forget and watch my new television series on Channel 4. It's called Looking Back. Starts at 8:30 and finishes at 2:45. From me, Frank Carson, news at 10, transferred to the BBC. Good night, all.
from The Merry Widow, sung there by Valerie Masterson, making her first appearance on a Royal Variety Show. Now a man who's making his 19th appearance tonight, Mr. Max Bygraves.
Well, I've just been to a ding-dong down here old Brixton Way. Oh, Mother Brown, early queen's 100 years today. Oh, what a celebration, was proper la-di-da, until they rolled the carpet back and shouted nothing more. Oh, leaves up Mother Brown, leaves up Mother Brown, under the table you must go, E-I-E-I-E-I-O. If I catch you bending, I'll saw your leg right off. Knees up, don't get the breeze up, knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, my, what a rocking song, what a rocking song, what a rocking song. Oh, my, what a rocking song, and what a rocking singer too. Watch them shuffling along, see them shuffling along. Go take your best down your river. Go down to the levee, I said to the levee, join that shuffling throng. Hear that music and song, it's simply great, mate. Waiting on the levee, waiting for the Romany. How you gonna keep her down on the farm after they see Carrie? Gonna keep her from jazzing around, painting the town. How you gonna keep her away from home? That's the mystery. They'll never wanna see a record loud, and who the heck can Polly through her cow? How you gonna keep her down on the farm? Twist, a flick of the wrist, that's what the show would say. Whoa! I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, and everyone you throw will make me rich. There stands me wife, the idol of my life, singing roll a bowl a bowl a penny a pitch. Singing roll a bowl a bowl a penny a pitch. Singing roll a bowl a bowl a penny a pitch. Roll a bowl a bowl. Roll a bowl a bowl, singing roll a bowl a bowl, a penny a pitch. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, everyone you throw will make me rich. There stands me wife, the idol of my life, singing roll a bowl a bowl, a penny a pitch. Singing roll a bowl a bowl, a penny a pitch. Singing roll a bowl a bowl, a penny a pitch. Roll a bowl a bowl, a roll a bowl a bowl, singing roll a bowl a bowl, a penny a pitch. Roll a bowl a bowl, a penny a pitch.
A good old Cockney knees up with Max Bygraves and the EastEnders brings us to the end of the first half of this gala evening. Many more stars, much more music and laughter to come. So join us again after the news. Acts of the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane. Indeed, outside it, the second of our surprises tonight.
Did you say Delaney, right? He's got 2 GCEs and he still can't read. Come on, Albert, in you go. That's it, and you, Rodney. As the first person you see, ask for the manager, right? Chunky Lewis. You there, Chunky? Chunky, you there? Where are ya? Rodney, mind that big thing, will you? Ah! You plonker.
Well, this stuff ain't gonna sell. This is not 12-year-old whiskey.
That's what it says on the box.
You printed that. This stuff is not 12 years old.
Look, we've got an import licence for it, Rodney. What do you want, a bloody birth certificate?
A connoisseur would be able to tell.
A connoisseur might, but members of Delaney's club wouldn't. I mean, by the time they get in here, most of them have got one paddle in the water.
Rodney and Uncle Albert onto a nice little urner. David Jason, Nicholas Lyndhurst, and Buster Merrifield. Now it's back to Pop, Lulu, and Shout.
You know you make me wanna shout. Look, my hands jumping. Shout. Look, my heart's thumping. Shout. Throw my hand back. Shout. Come on now. Shout. Forget to say you will. Shout. Yeah. Shout. Forget to shout. Yeah. Shout. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Say you will. Throw your head back, baby. Say you will. Come on. Say you will. Throw your head back. Woo. Say you will. Come on now. Say that you love me. Say that you need me. Say that you want me. Ain't gonna grieve me. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. I still remember when you could be 9 years old. Yeah, yeah. I always loved you from the bottom of my soul. Yeah, yeah. Now that you're old enough to know you won't need love me so. I want you to know. I said I want you to know right now. You've been good to me, baby. And I've been to myself. You know you make me wanna shout. Woo, shout. Woo, shout. Woo, shout. Woo, shout. Take it easy. Take it easy. All right. Hey, 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 hey. Shout now, jump up and shout now. Everybody shout now. Everybody shout now. Everybody shout, 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 shout. Oh, shout, 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 shout. Oh, shout, 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 shout. Oh, shout. Well, I feel.
That Lulu summing up decades of the BBC's dedication to rock and pop, and how, what a novelty to hear someone from Scotland saying, "It's my shout." Thank heaven Scots people have a great sense of humor. You know, it's been a great week this week to welcome back their Royal Highnesses, the Prince and Princess of Wales, from their royal visit to the Middle East, which is a very delicate diplomatic issue. After all, they do things very differently over there. You know, they have the drinks first and the whip round after. Yeah, sure. They do everything the other way around over there. You know, you commit adultery, you get stoned. In Britain, we do it the other way around. Fortunately, we have an American tonight who knows exactly how to juggle the issues and balance the various components and catch the consequences. I had the pleasure of introducing this remarkable American twice to British audiences on television. Now it's my pleasure to do it for the third time. A great comic original. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Davis.
Thank you. Good evening. It is really an honor to be invited to appear in the Royal Command performance. So I was thrilled when the BBC asked me to come over to introduce the segment on dancing and the part played by television during the last 50 years in bringing the whole spectrum of dance to a wide viewing public. As a matter of fact, I must have been in the first ballet performance ever televised when we did Frederick Ashton's Façade only 2 weeks after transmissions began from the old Alexandra Palace. And since that time, the screens have shown a dazzling display of the world's finest artists of musical comedy, jazz, ballet, modern, ballroom dancing, every kind of dancing. And in the next few minutes, you are going to see a reflection of the wonderful first half century of dancing on television.
Karen Casey and Stephen Jeffries of the Royal Ballet with the Grand Pas de Deux from The Two Pigeons. From the classical ballet to the world of come dancing, represented by the Peggy Spencer Latin American Formation Team.
Loveliest legs in Hollywood strut their stuff each night at the Victoria Palace in Charleville. Here now to flash them for you is the legendary Sid Charisse.
When I hear music, I dance. Whenever the band begins playing, I find myself saying, let's go. When I hear music, I flip. I'm off on a trip into space to a fabulous place I know.
Hear music and fly. So light up and run with these gals going one way, and that's high. So make the music play on, exciting the night, inviting you on. Let's make it clear in advance what you think of the chance. When you hear music, you dance, 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 dance.
I dance.
elegant and graceful as ever, Sid Charisse dancing there with some of the cast of Charlie Brown. We come now to an excerpt from the hit musical that's currently running here at Drury Lane, 42nd Street. It's called We're in the Money.
You got it! Now pull it up! I gotta wait for the gum to stick! Pull it up before it falls off! Watch out for the subway grating! I got it! What is it? A penny? Will you hold your horses and let me get the dirt off? A dime! We're in the money. We're in the money.
men, ladies and gentlemen. British men, the world's greatest men. You wouldn't swap us, would you, ladies? You wouldn't fancy one of those continental Romeos, would you, girls? You wouldn't, miss. You wouldn't. It's too far to go with the spare parts, for one thing. Fancy being married to one of those Frenchmen. They're awful Frenchmen. Frenchmen are always, how can I put it so it won't frighten you? Shall I shock you? Do you know that the average Frenchman on a Sunday afternoon would rather than watch Match of the Day? Yeah, they're not normal like we are. So, I'm very proud and privileged to live in the greatest country in the world, ladies and gentlemen. And when I think Great Britain is a wonderful country and one of the most beautiful countries, and when you stand on a summer's day in the middle of the English countryside, in a field, and there's a blue sky, and a breeze is ruffling through your hair, in the distance you hear the sound of a distant curlew, and you think to yourself, do you know a chip shop would grow a bomb up here?
Happiness, happiness, the greatest gift that we possess. I thank the Lord that I've been blessed with more than my share of everybody. Happiness, happiness, the greatest gift that I possess. I thank the Lord that I've been blessed with more than my share of happiness. I've got more than my share of happiness.
Zany comedy at Ken Dodd, we say hello.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. This song is called Only Love Remains.
Paul McCartney with his first public performance of Only Love Remains. Terrific. And now, the epitome of a lady to the manner born, Penelope Keith.
Good evening. The Royal Variety Performance is now part of our great theatrical and television tradition, an annual event that draws to it the brightest and best in entertainment, not only from all around the world, but from every part of Great Britain. It is the music of its many individual regions that we're going to celebrate in our finale tonight. English, Scots, Irish, and Welsh. Our finale guests and over 200 choristers and musicians present for you now some of the music of our land.
From the rotunda of the theatre and the Huddersfield Choral Society to the stage and the pipes and drums of the King's own Scottish Borderers.
Is it still the same in my land? I've been away so long, away so long. Are you still waiting there for me, my love? I'll soon be home again. In my land, we'll sit by the fireside. We'll laugh and we'll sing. We'll walk down a country lane on a Sunday morning. I've waited so long to be with you again. Oh, how I yearn. Oh, how I yearn to be home again in my land, to be where I belong, where I belong. When the lonely nights are drawing in, I long to be with you in my land.
We'll sit by the fireside, we'll laugh and we'll sing. We'll walk down a country lane on a Sunday morning.
I've waited so long to be with you again. Oh, how I yearn. Oh, how I yearn to be home again in my land, to be where I belong, where I belong. When the lonely nights are drawing in, oh, how I yearn, oh, how I yearn to be home again, to be home again in my
Val Dunican and Gloria Hunniford, yearning for their land. Now to a young man from another land, Wales. His name is Arled Jones.
Mi sydd wachgen ifanc ffôl yn y byw ar ôl fy ffansi. Ma fi'n bugail o'r gwenith gwyn ac arall yn ei fedi. Ham na ddau
artists assemble on stage to take a well-deserved bow, we come towards the climax of our evening. The Royal Variety Show dancers have made such a sparkling contribution to this night. Now there come the pipes and drums of the 1st Battalion of the King's Own Scottish Borderers. Peggy Spencer Latin American Formation Team. The cast of 42nd Street. The cast of Charlie Girl. Peking Opera. Representatives of the 180 members of the Huddersfield Choral Society who sang here tonight. And now we await on stage the arrival of our final guest star, Dame Vera Lynn.
That rose from out the sea, kissed by the morning sunshine and blessed by every breeze. Her fields are green and flowery, her mountains proud and grand. Her children love and bless her. This is our home, our land. Your land and my land. Your England and mine. Mother, who calls her son wherever sun doth shine. Glory be with her and keep her name divine. Your land and my land, your England and mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends, 3 cheers for Her Majesty the Queen Mother. Hip, hip! Hooray! Hip, hip! Hooray! Hip, hip!
Now, Her Majesty the Queen Mother and the royal party go backstage to meet the stars who represent 50 years of television. 50 years of variety. Stars who, we hope she feels, put on a wonderful and a happy show for her tonight. Her Majesty is introduced to the artists by Norman Maine, stage director and associate producer of the show. Those are 2 of his fellow choreographers, people who've been working so hard for weeks now towards this single special night. That's Michael Davis, without egg on his face, surely the most laid-back juggler in the business. Karen Paisy and Stephen Jeffries from the Royal Ballet. What a beautifully romantic performance they gave. The girls of Heidi High, who impersonated Elsie and Doris Waters tonight, the duo who were always great favourites of the Queen Mother, I believe. That's the original Miss Bluebell, who looked tonight as if she could well have danced across the stage herself. And there's the cast of Only Fools and Horses. It used not to be done to incorporate the occupants of the royal box in your act, but I think they got away with it tonight. Cast of EastEnders lining up for Her Majesty there. I believe the Queen Mother is familiar with the comings and goings of Albert Square. Arlette Jones, Nana Mouskouri. There's Penelope Keith. And Dame Margot Fontaine. The names and the faces that have come together tonight. They give their services free, these artists, to entertain one of the nation's favourite ladies. Lulu, Paul Nicholas, Tula Clark, Ken Dodd. Val Doonican, Terry Wogan, and there's Victor Borger on the end there. And so the Queen Mother comes to the end of what is surely one of the favourite evenings of her social calendar. A night of entertainment, song, dance, and nostalgia. This was her first public appearance, as she told one guest tonight, with her newest granddaughter, who bears now the title that once was hers, the Duchess of York. From the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane, good night.
Thank you.